Listen, guys, if you're not willing to go too far, you will never go far enough in life.
Pushing through fear of what is possible is the key to human innovation. There were centuries and centuries of science that told humans that heavier than air flight would not be possible, but the Wright brothers still pushed forward through failure, through experimentation, to be able to achieve it with the Wright Flyer. By all measurable metrics, the Wright Flyer was the worst airplane to have ever taken flight. Without it, we would not have all the innovations that we have today that eventually put us on the moon. We often may be told in our aspirations to shoot for the moon, and even if we miss, we end up among the stars. If we aim for the stars, we do eventually start developing rockets, innovations, all kinds of technology that will get us to the moon, at least in our lifetimes. This limitlessness is the key to start breaking barriers.
As a human being and as an athlete, I don't believe in limits.
Kipchoge broke the 2-hour marathon, a hard limit which once had been set as precedent for what would be the boundaries of human performance. Just like the 4-minute mile in track and field before him that had been broken, once it was, we started seeing an avalanche of people performing these apparently superhuman feats.
Everyone can be super. And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Elevating everyone elevates us all. Thomas Edison would have factories of hundreds of workers at a time failing day in and day out to find what would work and what would not. In the same period, Nikola Tesla took a different approach, measuring 1,000 times and cutting once. Working solely by himself, he worked through a social stigma and ostracization without the social abilities of others to innovate in his own way with his own efforts and failures. Dating all the way back to the human innovations of fire, we had to overcome the danger and the precautions of developing fire, keeping ourselves safe from it while cultivating it to use it to cook, create, keep warm, give shelter and safety. The caution we have of over experimentation is something that has kept us safe throughout our histories and in our stories as well. All of the engineering and thought that Daedalus put into building and designing his wings to fly kept him safe by not going too high with those wings. Icarus, however, flew higher, further, farther, and was burned for it. The groups that then try to strive against the non-traditional find what is working, what isn't. The best ways for us to fly higher, further, faster are generally marked for that. Lockheed Martin Skunk Works was the research and development department of one of the most cutting-edge aerospace engineers in the entire world. Taking flight in ways that no one ever would have thought possible is exactly the goal of non-traditional thinking, of being willing to be the ones laughed at, of being willing to fail, of being willing to try what has never been done before. We already have habits of familiarizing ourselves with this fear and turning into ritual, making it a form of play where we are not in any danger, but we expose ourselves to it just to get more familiar, more comfortable with it, just like Halloween when we dress up as things that may be scary if they had been real. We do this with more regular rituals as well. On a regular daily basis, we may talk trash to our coworkers, just messing with them or ribbing them, just to throw them off, make sure that people are more durable and more resilient, if that's what is called for in the context or our role. Verbal conflict is a form of pushing and setting boundaries with other people, also extends into sports as well. Verbal conflict is a small form of what we do in sport of athletics to make sure that we can compete, to compare how we do with other people and push ourselves further. Indeed, we find elation and thrill in pushing ourselves, facing danger, displaying that danger in front of others, so much so we turn into recreational activities for the thrill of it. So for all the voices inside and outside our own minds telling us we can't fly, can't defy gravity, we will find the edges of the map, find our own monsters to face. We will light a candle and guide our own way, unfurling our sails and bringing that horizon ever closer. through this, we will play, we will experiment, we will reach towards the stars and reach ever farther above.